Alright, today I'm going to be reviewing the Palmetto State Armory 16-inch mid-length premium upper receiver. Most of Palmetto State Armory's upper receivers are shipped without a charging handle or bolt carrier group. They are complete. Aside from that, they are complete and ready to bolt on a firearm. You just need to provide your own charging handle and bolt carrier group. This particular one is one of their basic designs, and well, basically just means that the handguard used is just a standard M4 M16 style handguard. It's not a Magpul or an aluminum free-floating rail or anything like that. This particular one we're looking at does come with a Magpul backup rear sight pre-installed, and I don't know, I'd love to discuss the difference between their standard upper receivers and their premiums, except I don't rightly know the difference. So this particular one, I'll just go through some of the specs on it. Palmetto advertises this is a CMV or chromoly-vanadium barrel, and it's an A2 profile barrel. That's how they advertise it. I've seen them advertise these as 4150 CMV steel barrels. The mil spec requirement for a barrel, I don't have the number off the top of my head, but it does require a certain amount of chromoly-vanadium in its construction, and this is probably as close to mil spec as you're going to get with the barrel steel. It is a 5.56 NATO, 1 in 7 twist, so it's a mil-spec twist rate. Chrome line bore. It is a HPT MPI barrel. M4 feed ramps. The front sight post is F-marked. Has, of course, the A2 flash hider. The upper receiver is forged, and it's a 775 T6 mil-spec. The barrel itself is manufactured by FN, which is a large military contractor. They make a lot of parts for the military. I know they make some parts for the M249 machine gun. So very good manufacturer. These uppers are very cost-effective uppers. They are very well put together. For the most part, they're mil-spec. Some people can debate that. But you know, compared to, let's say a Smith & Wesson, an M&P rifle from Smith & Wesson, where their barrel twist rate is 1 in 9 or maybe 1 in 8. Maybe the barrel is melanite lined and not chrome lined. Things like that. Those types of things are not mil-spec because they don't follow the military standards. They are off on their own doing what they're doing for whatever reason. Probably to save costs would be my guess. So I can't speak for everybody, but when I'm looking at products, I'm going to be looking at, you know, what are these manufacturers marketing? Are they marketing something for the general public, or are they marketing something that's similar to what they may provide to the military? Are they following military specifications on their construction? What kind of materials are they using? You know, so you look at top tier manufacturers, and you look at Spikes and Daniel Defense and Noveski, Palmetto to a certain extent, and these guys are manufacturing top end high quality components that are mil-spec for the most part. So that's what I look at when I'm looking at products. And I've built a handful of partial Palmetto State Armory rifles. And partial would mean maybe the complete upper is made by Palmetto and the lower is made by somebody else, or vice versa. I haven't had any issues with any of the Palmetto State Armory components. But of course I don't want to be completely positive about everything I talk about, because that wouldn't be truthful. So Palmetto State Armory, if you buy one of these, be prepared to wait. They don't stock these, they build them to order. You could be looking anywhere from 10 to 20 days to get one of these. 2, their customer service is virtually non-existent. If you email them, you're lucky if you hear from them at all, and if you do hear from them, maybe you'll hear from them 5 to 10 days later. Not the way to run a business, and not the way to provide customer support. They are completely the opposite of companies like Daniel Defense and Spikes. So fortunately, I haven't had really any issues with the products where I had to call customer service. So that's a good thing there. The other thing that, again, I'll mention, I mention this every time I look at Palmetto products. Pretty much all of their products, you know, especially like with this upper receiver, it's a real flat black finish. And you know, I'm just a stickler with details, and I think the last time I built one of these, I put it on a Spikes lower, and the Spikes lower is a deeper black, and it's when you put a Spikes lower right next to this, it just doesn't look right. So that's the problem that I've had with kind of mix and matching parts when I'm building rifles. So if I'm going to build a Palmetto State Armory rifle, I'm probably going to use a Palmetto upper and a Palmetto lower, because then the colors are going to match. They're going to be consistent. The whole gun's going to be a real flat black. And I can't say I have a preference either way, the flat black or the deep black like the Spikes. I just don't like to mismatch them, because it just ends up looking like a Frankenstein type of cobbled together rifle. So when I assemble something like this, I kind of like the colors to you know, have a fairly close match. So that's just my personal opinion when I'm putting together rifles. I like the, you know, the quality of the components, the fit and finish, and the aesthetics are important to me. So getting back to this particular upper, you know, these uppers run $400 something, give or take. These have obviously the front sling mount, the bayonet lug. This one is a mid-length gas system, and we've got T-marks up here on the top of the upper receiver, which is good. The Palmetto State Armory logo right there, and the standard lined, these are insulated handguards. I don't recall the exact term for it, but there is an aluminum heat shield inside of that. And let me flip this around, we'll take a look at the other side. Alright, here's the other side of the upper. They don't have these are the uppers are completed. That is, they have the ejection port door on them and the assist installed, so those are good to go. I'm going to take the handguard off and see if we can take a look at how the barrel is stamped and see what's actually stamped on it. Alright, here's the Palmetto upper with the handguard removed. And you can see the mid-length gas tube, which is chrome. It's not black, which is kind of unfortunate, but I prefer to use the black melanite coated gas tubes myself, but then again I build a lot of rifles with free floating handguards, and you can see the gas tube through the handguard, so it's you know, chrome, just again, it's one of those aesthetic issues. I don't like to be able to see the gas tube, so I don't use chrome ones, I use black ones. So something to keep in mind if you're doing the upgrade, or doing an upgrade on yours. So I didn't even think that on some uppers the stampings are underneath the handguards, like the spikes are underneath the handguards. So if you want to see what's stamped on a spike's barrel, you got to remove the handguard. I forgot on Palmetto they actually stamp it on the front part here, so I didn't need to remove the handguards to show you that. But it's always good to take a look at the barrel profile without the handguards. So with that said, I'm going to see if I can get the camera to focus in on the stampings of the barrel. Okay, here's the stampings on the top part of the barrel, and they are 5.56 NATO, 1/7, MP, CL, and Palmetto. MP would indicate magnetic particle inspected, chrome lined bore, 1/7 twist, and of course 5.56 NATO is caliber. Here's a closer view of the upper receiver with the Magpul backup sight flipped up. You can see the T marks. Here's a shot from the rear of the upper.